Sometimes Instagram doesn't put it through. Guys, we are now live for another episode of the Inflation Game. And with us, we have the very funny. And how are you doing?
Hi, I'm very, very, very good. How are you doing?
I'm well. So, how is inflation for you?
How's inflation for me? That's a good question. I don't know that I know. I don't know that I know what the cost of things is in America or anywhere else, really. So I'm a bit scared, but we'll
What do you mean
see.
you don't know what the cost of things are? Meaning
Like,
that it could go up anytime?
yeah, you know what I mean. I just, when you're paying for things, a lot of the time you're just like tapping your card, like yeah, whatever. You know what
That's
I
true.
mean?
I'm glad I'm not the only one.
Which sounds bad. That sounds bad actually coming out of my mouth. My mum will be turning in a grave to hear me say that. But like it is, especially if you're in a hurry or whatever, you're just like, oh yeah,
It's
especially
true
if
for
it's
me. Yeah.
in a currency that you don't actually understand. So I'm British, so I understand what things cost in pounds, pretty well. But then if I'm paying for something in America, I still
Dollars
don't
aren't as meaningful.
I still don't fully understand what that means. You know what I mean? I always have to go, hang on, what is the value of that?
Like, how much really is that? How much is that relative to what I earn and what I have?
Yeah. You know what I mean?
I know, because like I wouldn't know pounds. Like if I went to England and they said it cost £7, I'd be like, well, maybe that's a good price for whatever. Maybe it's not. And like for sure that whenever I'm buying stuff like on the go, like I stop to get a coffee and like a snack somewhere and I just give them the debit card and they tap it and I don't know what it was. Like
Yeah.
that's why they say sometimes paying in cash, you know how quickly your money's going and stuff. They say
Yeah.
it can be
Yeah.
better, but a lot of places get annoyed when you pay cash.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, in the UK, like you don't like it's amazing actually in New York that cash is still a thing. Because in the
Yeah, there's
UK
a movement to eliminate it.
the only place in the UK where you need cash is like a barber, like nowhere else. Like
Everywhere else takes you pay with a debit card or a credit card.
yeah, you don't even need a credit card. Your phone, like Apple Pay, will
Yeah,
cover
Apple
everything.
Pay. Apple
Yeah,
Pay
yeah,
is
yeah.
the most dangerous, I think, because I feel like it's almost easier than a debit card because you just like put the phone up there and you tap it and you don't always have to put in a pin and it feels quicker than a debit card, Apple Pay.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
why I
yeah,
feel
yeah.
like it's even more dangerous than a debit
Yeah.
card where it's just so easy that I feel like if you have cash and you have to count it out, you think about more what you're getting and do you really want it? And like I try to spend less, but I'm out of the house a lot and that's why it's harder.
Yeah, yeah,
Because if
yeah.
I'm out all day and then I have like a physical job and then I get hungry and I feel like if I have to do like 3 or 4 lessons in a day, I feel like I need to fuel myself up with food. And then I don't know, I try to bring food, but it doesn't always go as planned, or maybe you need an extra Gatorade or something that you didn't anticipate.
Yeah, yeah.
But like in the hot weather, I don't want to fully dehydrate. I don't know. Sometimes I dehydrate on purpose, but sometimes I don't want to. Like
Yeah,
an
yeah, 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 yeah.
unplanned Gatorade. Well, that doesn't sound as bad as an unplanned pregnancy, I guess. I had to
Yeah,
get an unplanned Gatorade.
yeah, I get a lot of unplanned Gatorades. Actually, I got one the other day. If I'm
Yeah,
running,
and they're killers.
yeah, 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 yeah. Or it's like you have to buy two because it's like,
You have to buy two to get the rate. It's like two for
yeah,
450.
yeah,
Or
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
energy drinks are worse. They're like $4 for a bottle or three for $9. And three energy drinks, it's probably gonna give you a heart attack.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Three energy drinks in one sitting, probably
Yeah,
gonna
too much.
kill you.
That's too much. Yeah.
I mean, some of the yeah, but like when you're tired as well, like it's hard. Yeah. When you're like, I don't know. If you're up early and you have to get up at 5 and you need that energy drink.
Yeah, I was actually running in Chicago last Sunday, and it was horrific, and I had to just stop and get an energy drink. But I didn't want to buy one because it was so expensive, so I bought two. So then I necked one of them because it was so hot, and I was like literally running like 15 miles or something crazy. So I necked one of them, and then I had to run with the other one for the next like 3 miles because having bought it, I've got to then carry it around with me. I
You're
can't
gonna carry it around and then take it when you
yeah,
need it. You're not gonna just be like, well, here it goes. I
yeah.
know, like that's the danger of buying so many, and then you're like, do I really want it? Like, and I try like ordering in bulk, and I ordered a bunch of snacks from Amazon, and then I'm like, wait, they're not healthy. I shouldn't be eating goldfish every day. Well, the Skinny Pop is healthy. I'll just get only Skinny Pop, but goldfish feels like
Yeah.
I don't know. But
Yeah.
like again, it was part of the attempt to not buy snacks at delis and spend $8 on a bag of popcorn.
Yeah.
But I'm weird like that. I don't know because on some things I'm like, no, I'm not gonna spend money on a haircut or I'm not spending money on a mani pedi. That's too much. But then when I'm famished, I'll be like, fine, $8 for a bag of popcorn. Yeah.
Yeah. I struggle to do that. If I'm really hungry, I bet it's too expensive. I'll just stay hungry. Like
You won't do that, but there might be other things that you're more likely to spend on.
if I'm like completely exhausted, for example, I might like get a taxi that's quite expensive. Something like that. But with food, I don't feel I feel annoyed with myself after paying the $8 for the pop. You know what I mean? I feel more
I,
annoyed with myself
I
having
get
done it
yeah.
than
I mean, but it's true, like yeah, where you're like, was it really worth it? Like, it might not have tasted that good, and you're like, damn, I really paid $8 for a bag of
yeah,
popcorn. Like,
yeah, you know what I mean?
but
So
like, I
yeah,
feel like I don't know. I feel like taxis are a good point where sometimes we're just so spent that we're like, you know what? Like, I don't really want to be getting on a subway now with wacky strangers.
well, exactly, yeah. Less so in New York, less so because often it's actually quicker to be on the subway anyway than it is to get a taxi. You know what I
Than to
mean?
take a tax if there's
Yeah.
traffic. Yeah.
But so, at home, sometimes it's like at home being in the UK, and if I do a gig in the middle of nowhere, I don't have a car. It's like, oh god, I'm just gonna have to pay like £100 to get home because because it's like otherwise the combination of like trains and buses to get home is just not what I want to do. You know.
It's just gonna take too long.
Yeah, and what the way that I literally justify it to myself is like it's going to take so long. It's gonna eat into my dinner time, so I'm going to have to get food out, right? Whereas if I get a taxi, I can cook at
You get
home,
home and then you can make dinner.
right? So if that's the sort of payoff that
You gotta think about it that way.
yeah,
I mean, yeah. I mean, a taxi, you gotta think about the value of getting home quicker and
yeah,
how it's gonna make your life better. Where then you can make a meal. It feels better because it's a home cooked meal, not junk, and you get to relax at home versus like getting takeaway, then it doesn't taste good. Yeah. I mean, yesterday I spent a lot on an Uber because because I was waiting. I did a show in Staten Island, and then I was waiting for the bus, and then this guy came up to me and said that would I give him a hand job for $100? And then I was like, you know what? I gotta get the fuck out of here. And then the bus left without me, where I was literally sitting in the bus shelter, and it just pulled away. And I was like, I'm right there. Why do you think I'm sitting in the bus shelter? And then after that, I was like, no, I'm just taking an Uber. I can't be hanging around here for another 30 minutes with people like that.
yeah. That is repulsive.
It is right that It's
Yeah, that
terrible,
is
but
good.
it really happened. And yesterday, so I was like, you know what? I am taking an Uber home. I am not waiting around this area any longer. I don't care what the Uber costs.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. So how does this work?
All right,
How
so
does it,
I will give you a place or an item, and I'll describe it, and you can take your best guess at it. All right,
right?
so we have this is a 3 bedroom, 1 bath home on Staten Island, obviously. And how much is it selling for? The lot size is 30 by 100 and has a private driveway, a fully finished basement. How much is it? 3 beds, 1 bath.
Uh, God. I'm gonna say, like, I mean, $400,000. Is that silly? That feels really low? It's like $700,000.
All right, the 700,000 is closer. It is $690,000,
Okay, that's pretty. That's
which
a good guess.
is,
That's got to be within the margin of
yeah, that's a
approximate.
good guess. The thing is, like, that's a good buy. Like, a lot of 3 bedroom homes are not that low. They're like closer to 1 million or like
Yeah,
2 million. But I mean, it depends. It's less than like Long Island. I don't know. See, you're doing good. You're doing
yeah,
well.
yeah.
All right. Oh, that I don't have a price for. Ah, good. All right. Now we're at this is a restaurant on the Upper East Side, and they have beef sliders. You can get 3 sliders in chipotle mayo and American cheese. How much is that going to cost you?
Where is it?
On the Upper East Side, like close to the 92nd Street Y.
Okay. That will be $20 because they're
It
small.
was 14, actually.
Okay.
Probably they're tiny, yeah.
Yeah, they're small, but they're still
I
in a
mean, I
high.
don't actually.
Well, just by definition, they're
They're still
small.
in a high end district.
Yeah. So
I don't know
okay.
what is your definition.
Yeah,
Are
I
you
think
like
40,
do you like big portions?
yeah.
What?
I you wouldn't believe how much I eat relative to how slim I am.
Yeah,
um
because you're pretty thin, I think.
yeah,
You
yeah,
might
yeah,
be
I
one of the people that could wear my clothes. I don't know though.
am. I wouldn't eat that and be full. Like that would be like no, that would be
So
an
you
order.
really you're like a bottomless pit then. You can just
Well,
eat and eat and eat.
I run marathons, so I'm just constantly hungry and constantly just eating. Yeah. So yeah, that would be $14 for a starter, basically. Um, which
Hang on
wouldn't
one
be
sec.
a great price.
The
Sure.
grocery order is here. All right, hopefully they got in. My grocery order is here. Hopefully that gets them in.
Okay.
It's so funny. Thank you. Thank you so much. I get groceries delivered because I'm just so scared of taking food on the subway, like carrying bags and stuff and then breaking into
Yeah, yeah,
pieces. And I was annoyed today because I had to eat out because they said it was gonna come like by 6:30 when I ordered it, and then they're like, "Oh no, 8:30." I'm like, "Nah, I'm not waiting till 8:30 after a long day out in the heat to eat."
yeah.
Okay, we can make that the next item. You know what?
All right.
You can guess what the groceries cost. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, All right. Order dropped off. Like I didn't know that. Okay. It was. How was the order? Submit. No. It's so weird because with. All right. What I got. All right. It consisted of mushrooms, avocados, strawberries, raspberries, there it is. Strawberries, raspberries, grapes, tomatoes, a packet of like spinach, a couple of zucchini, green onions, snap peas, a pack of like deli, like that meat and crackers, a box of fruit snacks, some pad thai that you just microwave, cheese, and like tomato sauce. How much did all of that cost?
$100. I mean,
No.
it depends
What?
how much of a lot of that stuff you've got. But yeah, like assuming like just like one person's amount of mushrooms or whatever, I'd say like, yeah, I'm guessing 100, but well, clearly not, but that's my guess.
It was less than that, so now I feel good. Um all right, today it, it looks like it was 61
Okay.
$61.
Okay.
So that sounded like 100 to you. That
Yeah.
kind of grocery,
Yeah.
considering that it's like smaller amounts.
It's
Wow.
yeah, I feel like in my head, groceries in America are just like, oh, just so expensive. So yeah, that sounded like $100 to me, I think. Yeah.
I mean, I do Aldi and they have the best prices. So I think if you went to a different grocery store like ShopRite, Food Town, wherever, I think it would be closer to 100. But where
Where
do
do
you
you,
usually go for groceries? Or
I'm
like
we're
here, where do you go for groceries?
by Union Square, so I tend to go to Whole Foods. If
Well,
not,
then I think it would definitely be 100 there.
yeah, yeah, or like Wegmans, which is a bit cheaper.
Is
But yeah,
it?
generally Whole Foods.
Oh, great. Oy, oy, oy. Everything was unavailable. So, yay, it went down. But now I have no real food to make because there was no tofu and there was no sausage and there was no replacement sausage.
Oh no.
So, I've got to find a protein somehow. Luckily, the chickens, and they didn't have the chicken salad. I only have pad thai to have as a meal. I've got to, and the cracker and meat. So I've got to somehow get a hold of some tofu or sausage or somewhat thing elsewhere. I mean, now it's probably lower,
You can make a
but
veggie
that's the
one.
thing, Eddie. What?
You can make a veggie one.
I can make it. I could just put a lot of veggie or something. I don't know, but like, it's a sign that I should get myself a more interesting protein and that I
Yeah,
need to buy more interesting stuff.
yeah,
I have cheese. Because I always feel like I'm making just the same basic stir fry because I'm not
yeah,
an advanced cook. But why do you cook a lot for yourself, or do you more?
yeah. But I don't. I tend to just do the same shit. Yeah, like
So I'm not the only one.
no, like I just the stuff that you described is the kind of stuff that I buy and just throw in the pan and just see what
You
happens.
just make like a stir fry from like vegetables and a protein, and then call it a day.
Yeah, not always the protein. Like sometimes just veg and just see what happens.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean, when you think think about it, that could be enough.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like
Yeah, it goes a
maybe
long way.
that's enough. Yeah, if you have like good vegetables and you have a lot of vegetables, that could be enough to like get you through the day.
Yeah.
All right, this one's going to be harder because it's a beauty one. I was going to order online from Ulta. How much is a soft matte longwear liquid foundation?
I wouldn't even have the first clue. I don't even know what that is. I guess it's well, foundation is like the
What
it's
you
like
put
a
on your face to kind of smooth it out.
right. And I guess that's sounds like an expensive version of it. So I don't know, $50.
20.
Oh
So,
shit.
uh,
Okay.
but like I don't use it, and then I only use it like sometimes. Do I put up makeup? Like sometimes I don't, and then all my eyeshadow like exploded because the thing opened and it just all exploded because I got a cheap kind.
Right.
And then I ran out of the lipstick and I ran out of the eyeliner, so now I all I have is mascara and a little eyeshadow, but it's not everyone's thing for sure. For sure, guys mostly aren't getting that. All right, here we have a 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath apartment for rent in Kips Bay, which is like the 20s and 30s. How much is that?
To rent.
To rent a
Um
3-bed, 1.5 bath apartment.
uh like $4,000 a month.
No, it's 8,400.
A month.
Correct.
Okay. Wow. I guess yeah. I mean, I guess it's 3 bedrooms or whatever. But that's crazy to me. That's a crazy amount of money for that location.
Yeah, because Kips Bay, I don't think you're right, is not a hot.
Yeah,
Let
it's
me see.
convenient.
Yeah, the
It's a,
East 29th Street. East 29th Street.
right. Yeah. I wouldn't pay that.
I mean, and I think Kips Bay, it doesn't. I've seen that apartment complex and it doesn't look especially beautiful. And that area is not a particularly happening area. It's just like area average, where it's just like a bunch of college students and families that are just being humans. It just doesn't seem like it's got anything spectacular. It's just like Targets. It's just a bunch of Targets and bodegas and
Yeah.
people being crazy there.
Yeah. Exactly. So yeah, I wouldn't pay that. I wouldn't pay that.
But 8,400 for a 3-bedroom. Now I sound like that's lower. Like 3 bedrooms could be 11,000 in some areas.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah.
I mean, not apartments I would live in,
Yeah.
but that's, I mean, it's insanity, right?
Yeah. It is. It is. Yeah. I mean, people to pay it, obviously. So
I mean, there are people who pay it, but I think they must be nuts because, like, I just feel like I don't know. I feel like if you have that kind of money, you should be putting it into equity. And now I sound like an old person saying that, but I feel like if you have 8,000 to spend on rent, you should be putting that into owning something, not
right,
renting something.
yeah,
Like that's a lot of
exactly.
money going. I feel like if you can pay 8,000 a month in rent, you've probably got the down payment and can buy a house at that
Yeah.
point, or buy an apartment, which is, believe it or not, a thing. People buy apartments in the city. In fact,
Yeah.
I thought about doing it. Um, where I would co-purchase it with one of my wealthy friends, and I'd put
Right.
down like 1% of the down payment and they'd put down 99, but I'd still own part of it. But I think about it in theory, but in reality, I don't have the gumption to talk to them about that kind of a thing. If they're listening, they're welcome to do it. All right, now we have another apartment that's for rent. It's a 1 bed, 1 bath in downtown Brooklyn. And you get a washer dryer in the apartment. You have Caesar stone kitchen countertops. I don't even know what that is. Stainless steel appliances and a private balcony. How much is it to rent this apartment?
What was the location again?
In downtown Brooklyn.
Well, based on the last figure,
Well,
well, I don't know. I don't know enough. I don't know which is
more
desirable.
expensive.
Well, I don't know which is more desirable. Because I guess Kips Bay is more desirable, right?
Because it's still Manhattan in a way.
Still
You got to think that way. That Kips Bay
Yeah.
can be better because it's Manhattan.
So it'll be less than that, I think. So closer to, I think closer to like 5,000.
Okay, it is 4,500 for this apartment.
Right.
But
I
don't
think I
forget, this is a 1 bedroom and the other one was a 3 bedroom. So when you think about it, this is more expensive because it's a half the price of that apartment, but a third of the size.
Yeah.
So in a way, yeah, this one would be 12,000 proportionally. If it was the 3 bedroom version of that, it would be 12,000. So like I said, some apartments. All right, now let me see. Okay, here we have gas in Gowanus. How much is a gallon of gas at a Citgo station in Gowanus?
Okay, so I'll caveat this by saying I haven't driven since 2014. I've never driven in America. I've never bought gas.
Wow, that's a long time not driving.
Yeah, I just haven't needed to. I've never driven in America. I've never bought gas in America, so I literally have no idea what it costs. But this is like a pure guess.
Sure.
How much gas? Sorry,
A gallon. Say it's a gallon of gas.
I also don't know what a gallon is really.
I was gonna say you probably don't know what a gallon is either.
But like a full tank, is that what?
No, a gallon is a tiny amount. A
Oh,
full tank is usually probably like 12 or 14 gallons.
right. Okay. So it'll be like $30 then. I'm guessing something like that.
$3.95 for a gallon of gas.
Okay,
$30 probably will hopefully fill the tank up, but maybe not, depending on how big the car is.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, it just depends. Oh, is it? Wow, interesting. Yeah, it just depends. But wow, that's amazing that you haven't driven for that long.
Yeah, I just not needed to. You don't need to in London. You don't need to in New York. And I've just been like on the road, and I've just been on Greyhounds and stuff, Greyhound buses, which is not great, admittedly, but I sort of prefer it because you can get stuff done and what have you. Like I can.
I mean, that's a good point. I get a lot done on the bus. You can get a lot of work done.
I actually enjoy public transport for the most part. If I can sit down and read something, like
I don't know that I can take it that far, but
it's outside of New York. Because I think the problem with public transport in New York is the people that are using it are annoying.
Wacko.
Yeah. But elsewhere, that's not really the case, so you can just sit down and relax.
So elsewhere, you don't have crazy people on subways or buses that at any time you feel they might take you out. That doesn't happen.
That's a uniquely like American thing. Like you don't.
But in the UK, that doesn't happen. That you're on a subway and you're like, who's going to kill me today?
No, never, ever. because we don't have mad people just wandering around. Like it just doesn't. It's just not a thing because they're where they need
Where
to be.
are they?
Well, they're where they need to be. They've either been like sectioned or they're in hospital, or they're just not like
They're just not out and about on the loose
no,
if they're insane.
basically, yeah. Like not like you don't see literally none, but much.
But not here. It's like I don't think I can get through a whole day without not encountering some sort of a lunatic, a nut.
Right. Yeah. I'd go through most weeks in London without coming across someone who's like,
Without coming across a nut. Everyone's basically normal. Like you might have someone that's having a tiny meltdown in a bad day, but not someone that really scares you where you're like, what are they going to do now?
Yeah, basically, yeah. So you can just relax on the train because that's, I'm I'm generalizing enormously. I'm sure there's certain places where
there's probably places, but it's definitely a thing unique to New York that you go on a subway and fear your life. Like, I don't want to dramatize it, but I feel like I was talking to someone about how you feel like you're in public spaces with strangers and you just never know what any of them might do. And you're saying in the UK, that's not true. Most of the people you're not going to have a problem with who you're on a bus or a train with.
Yeah, like
they're not going to do anything to you.
No, they might like.
Plus, people are like so aggressive as well in New York, where they'll be like mad if you accidentally bump into them or you're taking up too much space. They'll chew you out. Is that also not a thing in London either? Really, people are more.
Yeah, people will get annoyed on the subway and stuff, but they probably won't express it.
They're not going to chew you out and like. No. This woman knocked my cell phone out of my hand. I was walking in downtown Brooklyn, and I guess I stopped because I saw that she was right there with her stroller, and she goes, "How can you not see a stroller?" And then she tipped my cell phone out of my hand. She knocked my cell phone out of my hand. And so you're not going to see that kind of a thing. It's not often.
Not as often, no. Like nowhere. Like 1% of the times that it would happen in New York. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like in New York, everybody sees that kind of a thing on a regular basis of people being like that.
Yeah.
All right, now we have a house that's for sale where probably some of these psycho people will be living. It's 6 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms in Park Slope, and it's a brownstone and 4 stories. So it's what they call a multifamily one. How much is it for sale?
Well, I guess the word multifamily is making me think it's like $1 million. So yeah, well, maybe like 8. Yeah, just say 1.1 million.
No. 4.5 million.
Oh shit! Wow.
1 million. 1 bedrooms in Brooklyn are $1 million.
Well,
there's some that aren't, but a lot of them are.
Yeah. Brooklyn. There's different parts of Brooklyn, right? Not every some parts
of Brooklyn.
Yeah.
That some parts of Brooklyn are rough, but even expensive.
Right. Okay. So, well, I stand corrected then. But at least I got the million. At least I got over $1 million.
But I mean, you're probably, in all fairness, you're probably not in a family house in Park Slope. That's probably not on your to-do list to do that, right?
Yeah.
All right, now we'll go with something you probably know more about. Food.
Yeah.
There's a place, Morningside Heights, so the West Hundreds, and they have Cajun platters, and you can get any 2 of them for $14.99. And so you can choose from chopped cheese, chicken, a cheeseburger, grilled chicken wrap, breakfast sandwich, mixed green salad, Caesar salad or a Belgian waffle. And the additions, you can get pancakes, a waffle, or an omelet. How much are the 2 platters that you can get? And it's a special.
50.
50?
Do you mean, sorry, say it again.
It's
Say
40.
say the whole thing again.
So you can get, they're like wraps, and you can basically get 2 wraps for yourself.
Yeah. And how much are the wraps?
Or
That's
like
all.
a wrap and a salad. Yeah, how
Okay,
much would be
right,
like 2 wraps?
like $10. $10.
$14.99.
Okay, all right. I think that's close enough.
Yeah, that's not awful to pay. All right. Well, no, everyone knows about the $26 World Cup things. All right, now we're at a bar. I guess that's the Upper West Side. That's more like the 70s. If you want to get an island margarita, they have the happy hour Monday through Friday, 5 to 7 for an island margarita. How much is that?
I don't know what that is, but I assume it's just like a normal margarita.
Yeah, let's assume it's a normal margarita.
Like the drink, right? Not the pizza.
Correct.
So $20?
9.
9. Okay. That seems
I mean, that's pretty
cheap.
good, right?
Yeah, it seems cheap to me.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I guess I don't know how good the food is, though. Like, food feels like it doesn't taste as good as it used to. Some people think.
That's an interesting theory.
It doesn't hit the same way it used to. But I mean, my dad was a great cook, so I'm comparing food to that, maybe. Maybe it always was that. I was just spoiled. All right, now we have an Italian restaurant on the Upper East Side. If you get their entree, chicken scapariello, served in white wine, rosemary, garlic, and lemon. How much is that going to be? And don't forget, it's a sit-down restaurant, and that's an entree.
$30?
Almost $29.95.
Well, yeah, I mean that's the same. That's the same answer.
That's the same. It's basically $30.
Yeah.
It's always the psychology where they make it like something usually 99 to let you think it's under whatever number.
Yeah.
Because they say like psychologically, then people think it really is much less than 30 when it isn't. Like, it's like that with my weight. I say I'm 129.99999. All right. Where is this stupid? Okay. Now there's a place in, I guess this is Williamsburg, Brooklyn. All right, they have something called smashed avocado, mango, jalapeno, cilantro, and Aleppo. I guess it's smushed. It's how much is that?
Less. I can't be much less or more than $10. So I don't know, $12.
16.
Okay.
But that's crazy. It's just avocado. They're not even giving you chips.
Yeah, that seems a lot. Maybe they give you. Maybe the chips just come anyway. You know.
Hopefully.
That happens a lot, right?
I mean, usually, I don't know. There are sometimes it used to be burgers always came with fries, and now a lot of places the fries aren't like included.
Yeah, that's true.
But I mean, but they call them chips in England, right? Or crisps.
Crisps.
They're called chips fries.
Fries are chips, yeah.
And potato chips are crisps.
Are crisps, yeah. Yeah.
See,
it's confusing. Like I made that mistake a lot.
Where you've asked for chips and then you got potato chips and not French fries.
Yeah. Not anymore, but I made that mistake a lot, and then once you've done it 3 or 4 times, you just stop. You just remember, right? But yeah,
Yeah.
it's
But
like
I mean, what's the thing called penguin? There's pasties, right? In England, there are pasties.
pasties are um uh like meat in pastry, or
That
vegetable.
sounds good.
Yeah, it's very good. Yeah, it's very, very good. But yeah, they wouldn't come with fries or chips or anything. That would just be like a big like slab of pastry with like beef, like minced beef in it, or like chicken and mushroom or something like that. Very good.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then what, penguins, or they're not a thing? Penguins.
I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is.
I guess that's something different. See, I'm the worst. I am half English, by the way, and I was born in London. But I'm like the worst British person ever, I guess. I only lived there for 9 months in London.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what a penguin isn't a thing. There is a chocolate bar called a penguin, but I don't think
that must have been what it was. It was a chocolate bar.
That's nothing.
But what part of London are you in?
I'm actually I moved out of London a while ago, and so when I'm in the UK, I'm in Birmingham, which is like 2 hours north.
But that's further north, right? That's much further north, right?
Much further north, yeah. But when I was in London, I was in Finsbury Park, like North London, like near Arsenal Football Club.
Park?
What's that?
My parents lived in Islington and Kentish Town.
Yeah, like that area, basically. Yeah, like a stone's throw from that area. Yeah.
Oh, so it's close where you live to Islington.
Yeah, I mean, technically, it was within like the borough of Islington. Yeah.
Oh wow! And you said it's called Tinsu Park.
Finsbury Park. Finsbury Park.
Finsbury Park.
Yeah, Finsbury Park.
Remembers. I'm sure she remembers it. But yeah, I'm not a good British person. I wasn't too fond of England, but perhaps I'd like it more now. I don't know. All right. It rained a lot there, and the people seemed it felt like Seattle with racism. But that's just because my cousins are like that, and they're probably going to be watching this now. But I'm sure there are lots of good people in the UK who are not.
Yeah, that is. Yeah. They're not all horrible.
They're not all horrid. Just the people. Well, it's also hard when you have to stay like with your cousins in like close quarters. I think then you see the worst in people.
Yeah.
And now they have a food truck in Forest Hills, and they have chocolate baklava cheesecake. How much is that?
Not much more than a $5, like $7.
$5 it was, actually. It was $5. Yeah, it was $5.
All right. Amazing.
See? You're doing pretty well for someone who says you don't know this. All right. Let me see. But is it more expensive, or you can't really say if it's more expensive in England or not?
It's cheaper in England, definitely.
So similar items are cheaper.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I feel like the cost of living is lower in a lot of places than New York City. Like, I mean, rent is probably less, right? Like, but life is more affordable in terms of like how much of your income is taken up by like rent or groceries or whatever. It's more affordable, whatever you're earning.
Yeah. I mean, like London is sort of comparable to New York, I suppose, but it's still much cheaper. But it's not as good. It's
not as good.
No, it's just like the crack is not as good. The vibe's not
The
as good.
crack?
Yeah, the crack. You know that phrase?
Wait, you mean the drug crack, or you mean
No,
like the
no,
vibe?
the vibe. It's an Irish word
Okay.
for vibe, but we
But
say
maybe the crack isn't as good either.
maybe. Yeah, I mean, I can't speak to that, but the crack.
But what do you like about the vibe of New York versus London you feel doesn't have?
Well, it's just got everything. It's just like 10 times bigger, 10 times. It's got 10 times things, 10 times more going on. You know, 10 times more people.
In New York versus
Yeah,
London.
yeah. London has
Hmm.
London does have better things. Like it's got better transport, like by 1,000,000%. Better public transport, and it's less intense, you know, so that's a plus. But generally, like, yeah, New York over London, I think.
But in terms of like the quality of activities going on, New York probably
Yeah,
wins.
yeah. By a huge margin, yeah.
Yeah, because I think there's a lot you can do in New York in terms of activities, like whatever it is that you're interested, there's probably an outlet for it in New York. And I would say in a lot of cities, that's not true. Like comedy is an easy example. Like you can do comedy every night of the week, and there's tons of open mics and tons of shows you can do, and classes and improv and sketch and all this stuff. And probably you go to another city and there's probably one open mic every night of the week for the whole city.
Exactly.
And one show or two shows every week. Like,
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
yeah, I would think that that's true. And for any other activity, whatever it is, I think the same must be true.
Yeah.
But what about?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't do a lot else but yeah, if comedy using
But yeah,
comedy,
that's what's for sure.
yeah.
Right now, we're at a breakfast place in the Flatiron, and you can get eggs Benedict, poached eggs, Canadian bacon, avocado, chipotle, hollandaise sauce, and homemade potatoes. How much would that be?
Like $20, I think.
22,
Okay,
which is ridiculous.
I'll take that. It's not that bad.
I mean, you're right. It could be worse. It could be
That'd be
much
a
more,
lot.
but
That'd be a lot of food, won't it? So
I
like
mean, you could probably realistically save some of that for another day. So then it's really less than 22 a meal. But you're right. It's probably a lot of food. I don't know. I hate breakfast food, so I never pay that, but that's just me. But if you like that, it's probably a good price.
yeah.
I kind of have the mentality of a child where I just like fruit snacks and goldfish, and I just have yogurt for breakfast. I'm not a big eggs person.
Right. Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
now what is this? All right. This is, where is this place? It is in the East Village, and it's an Indian place. Chicken biryani, steamed basmati rice layered with boneless chicken, flavored with saffron, rosewater, and fragrant spices. How much is that?
$30.
20.
Okay.
All right, we can do a few more, and then you can promote whatever you like. All right, you want to
Yeah.
we can make this the final one. You've done great, I think. All right. What the fuck is this? All right, this is. Oh, wait. Okay. Wait, how much was this? Okay, this is a weird one. I got like a picture printed at a Walgreens in Philadelphia, and it was a small size one, like 4x4. How much was it to print that?
I don't know anything about printing. $5.
Yeah.
$5.
$3.99. So
Okay.
yeah, that's not bad. All right. So do you have any jokes that you have on inflation?
Oh, what? Sorry.
What? Do you
Say
have
that
any
again.
jokes on inflation that you wrote?
I don't. Was I supposed to write jokes on inflation?
No, 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 no.
No, I don't. I don't. I do. I don't know if you've seen my acts, but it's mainly puns and wordplay. So,
Puns
um,
and wordplay are great.
yeah, I can't. No, I'm trying to think if I have anything about inflation in my back pocket, but I don't, unfortunately. Sorry.
All right. Do you have a joke you want to tell then? Any joke?
Well, my favorite joke, I guess, is I got to the I was late today because I got to the bus stop and the bus had been cancelled. thought I thought, oh God, what did it say? And I just hope it wasn't something trains phobic. One of my
That's
favorite.
good. I like that. Do you
Yeah.
have anything you want to promote out to the world?
I am trying to get Birmingham International Airport in the UK renamed after Ozzy Osbourne, and that is taking up like most of my time.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
amazing.
I got 80,000 people to sign a petition, and it's coming up to the year of his anniversary. The year anniversary of his death is this coming Wednesday. So I am keen for people are signing it
And
even
how
now.
can we sign the petition if we want
But
to?
I need as many people as I can get to sign it, and you can do that if you search change.org and just search Aussie Airport, and it comes up.
Wow, that is pretty impactful, I think.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think that's a big change. I think people are happier when they get in. If they see Ozzy Osbourne Airport, everyone's like, wow, yeah.
exactly. Oh yeah, yeah. There's no reason not to do it. It's just like getting lost in bullshit or whatever. But yeah, like we're gonna make it happen. So yeah, change.org.
That's definitely a happy petition
Yeah,
versus other petitions, which are like about sad stuff.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, I'll be looking for your signature on there,
I'll
Esmeralda.
definitely do it. All right.
All
You
right.
have been an amazing guest. Thanks. This has been another episode of the Inflation Game. Follow me, S Makes You Laugh on Instagram, and hit me up if you do want to be a guest or sponsor this. And don't forget to sign the petition and don't spend too much. Yeah.